Good afternoon. Today is the 26th day. I think I'm right. Gosh, you count them and you go, is it 25 or 26? Did we do 24? But today, as far as I'm knowing, I'm declaring it's day 26 of my corona confinement. And how am I spending it? Well, one of the things I'm doing is finally getting to some cleaning, and we are practicing what we call tomb time. So I hope you are practicing tomb time. We talked about it a little bit in yesterday's video, but I would like to kind of expand on that a little bit. In the Catholic Church, in the Apostles' Creed, it said that Jesus was crucified, died, descended into hell, and 3 days later was raised. Now, people have said, wait a minute, that doesn't match, because if he died on Friday and then he was put in the tomb, so that's Friday and Saturday and Sunday, he's up, that's not 3 days. But the number, we can't get hung up on that. The importance in the number is what the number 3 means, because 3 is a spiritual number for completion, for something being completed. So his time was complete. So that's what we want to look at. And, like, why the number 3? Well, we have a guest today. She wants my coffee, my tea again. 3 is a number of completion, as I said. It also would have been very unlikely that if he had been raised less than 3 days, they'd say, oh, well, maybe he wasn't really dead. Maybe he was just in a coma. So it was a matter like with Lazarus, that he died, and when he was, definitely not alive anymore, Easter morning he rose. But what does that mean to you and me? To me, it means it's a time of reflection. It's a time to think about, what in my life do I want to change? So I want to emerge a new person on Easter morning. And of course, we have to remember every day is a new day. Every day we're born anew. So, but for right now, we're doing reflection. We're going to do this tomb time. In the Catholic Church, they do, it is called your Easter duty. And on your Easter duty, you are required to go to confession so that you can receive communion on Easter morning. And going to confession, a lot of people think, oh, that's terrible. You got to go tell the priest everything that you did, But actually, Dr. Phil said, we cannot fix that which we don't acknowledge. And Carl Jung said that he had fewer Catholics than any of his patients because they got to dump it on the priest. I think when we fear that we have to look at all the things we've done wrong, we imagine that we are not acceptable, that we are bad, that we can never be good, that we can, we're just not worthy. And that's not really what it means. All we have to do is acknowledge our errors so that we can grow. Don't look at it as blame. Look at it as cause and effect. So we might have done something that caused someone else to feel bad, that caused someone else to hurt, or they did it to us. So, but it's cause and effect. It's not necessarily evil, no, but some people don't always do things to hurt. You know what they say? Hurting people hurt people. So the last person that hurt you, try to wrap your mind around the fact maybe that person was a hurting person. Charles Fillmore, every night when he went to bed, before he went to sleep, he reviewed his day and he thought, who have I offended? Who might have I offended? Who might have offended me? And he asked forgiveness in both directions. He forgave those who he felt offended him, and he asked for forgiveness for those who he might have offended. It's a matter of energy and releasing the negative energy of resentment and anger, which is what is behind lack of forgiveness. So if we are to do an examination of conscience of our mind, you remember the four quadrants of consciousness, the lower two, the human thought and human emotions, and the higher two, which are the intuitive, the spiritual intuitive connection to divine mind, and the sensing feeling when we just know, we feel it somehow. So remember on TV they used to have the commercials and they say it's 10 o'clock, do you know where your children are? So today we can say it's Holy Saturday, do you know where your consciousness is? Where is it? Is it up here? Is it down here? You know, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing to have a personal examination of conscience. I have my prayer book that I use every day. I wanted to share something that was in there, and I pray that this will not offend, because it's not intended to offend. What it's intended to do is to give us an opportunity to look at how we may have caused someone else suffering or whatever. So roll with me. It's an evening prayer, and it says, if I have wounded any soul today, if I have caused one foot to go astray, if I have walked in my own willful way, Lord God, forgive. If I have uttered idle words or vain, if I have turned aside from want or pain, lest I myself should suffer through the strain, Lord God, forgive. If I have craved for joys that are not mine, if I have let my wayward heart repine, dwelling on things of the earth, not things divine, Lord God, forgive. If I have been perverse or hard or cold, if I have longed for shelter in thy fold, when thou hast given me some part to hold, Lord God, forgive. Forgive the sins I have confessed to thee. Forgive the secret sins I do not see. That which I know not, Father, teach thou me. Help me to live. Again, this is not meant to be condemning. It was an opportunity to look within and to say, in what areas of my life can I grow? Can I be better? Can I take away the pain of anger, the pain of resentment or forgiveness, and the way I might be able to actually, by words, take away someone else's pain? I mean, that's really powerful. It's a good thing. So confession is good for the soul. All you have to do is confess between you and God. But it really means acknowledging, where can I grow? What can I do? I started something on Facebook. You can look it up if you want. It's like, I started something and it really took off and I'm really excited about it. And I call it my positive playlist of powerful, positive songs. You know, song has a great power. So after we do our examination of conscience, and we might not feel the best about ourselves as we can. I mean, that's really unfortunate, because we shouldn't be really too hard on ourselves. We're doing our best, just the best we can for where we are. You know, I always like to relate that to our children. I mean, our children just have a gift for tap dancing on our last nerve sometimes, you know? But we look at them and they don't mean it. They're doing the best they can for where they are. And do we hold any anger or anything against them? No, we love them. So we think about it the same way. God, Spirit, Divine Mind, loves us. And when we're making mistakes, and when we're stumbling, and when we're feeling awful, it's us that's having the feeling. It really is. I mean, sometimes we may upset our kids and we don't even know it. And then, okay, I'm going to confess a very embarrassing story. I was in my 60s when this happened. I was visiting with my mom, and my mom was just starting into some of the the reactions from having Alzheimer's. So she was a little bit, odd things would pop out of her mouth sometimes. And one day we were watching TV and there was a commercial for Spam. And they put the Spam on pizza. And I went, oh, pizza, Spam on pizza. And my mother wheeled around and she looked at me and she said, just because you don't eat meat doesn't mean that other people can enjoy it. And I was like, that's not what I meant. And here I was, a 60-something woman. My mother snapped at me and I was like, and she probably wasn't even responsible for the way she snapped at me. But honest to goodness, I went to bed that night and I could not sleep because my mom yelled at me. She didn't mean it. And I certainly don't hold anything against her for it. And I'm sure she's laughing on the other side about it now. Like, oh, I didn't know I said that. But it's not about bad judgment. Hey, just let that go. So acknowledge what you want to work on. Do your reflection, your examination of consciousness. Where are you now? And then work on what you want to work on. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. No, day after tomorrow. I got something else for tomorrow. Anyway, so I did this positive playlist of powerful songs. Now, that's actually quite metaphysical. Charles Fillmore, this is a book called Jesus Christ Heals by Charles Fillmore. And he's talking about the importance of song. I would love to use songs in some of my little visits with you, but I can't because there are certain things you can and cannot share in the midst of a video. But I like to post them underneath if I've got something. But this is what Charles Fillmore said. No one likes the taste of medicine, even when sugar-coated, because there's an instinctive feeling that it will do no good. Besides, it usually tastes bad. But nearly anyone can sing a little song, and those who have tried it right in the face of suffering tell you that it is a marvelous health restorer. And that makes us think of the people in Italy going out on their balconies and singing. That's contagious. It's happening over here. You know, good things are just as contagious as negative things. Spread it around. Spread around a little joy germs. Spread around a little love germs. So this is what he went on to say. The reason that singing restores harmony to tense nerves is that its vibrations stir them to action, thus making it possible for the ever-waiting healing of spirit to get in. The organ of the human voice is located right between the thyroid glands, the accelerators of certain important body functions. So you want to sing. I only sing if there's like nobody else around or there's a whole bunch of people around and my singing is covered. But I do like to sing, and that's one thing I realized that was not happening in my house. There was no music. So when I started this playlist, I picked songs that I really, really love. Like one of them is Rise Above It from the movie Cool Runnings. That's one that'll make you feel good. Also, Be Not Afraid. And when I started listening to the song Be Not Afraid, I got goosebumps and I just could feel that spirit. So if you're having a hard time stirring up spirit in yourself, sing or listen to music. Go to my playlist. Just go to, where you look up Alicia Leslie and click on my name and you'll see my page. I don't think necessarily my timeline, but my page, whatever. And you will see it right there, my positive playlist. Some people added songs. My friend Marisol added a song that I had not heard in years, Yamo Be There. And it's just so uplifting. So uplift yourself. Look at the things you want to work on in your own spirit to grow and become spiritually mature. Use this for your tune time. because we know that tomorrow a better day is coming. I'm currently planning to do an Easter message. I don't practice in a brick and mortar church anymore. I do my online thing. So it will be the best uplifting little meditation and message that I can give you. And so I think that's going to be around 11 o'clock. So if you're not going to be involved in another online church service, please tell me you're not going to church. I will tell you, please stay home. And in the meantime, God bless you, and know that I behold the divinity in you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.